Hello everyone, I am Assistant Professor S.V. Shedale from Agricultural Engineering Department, and this is lecture number 6 from GE 206. It includes farm silo and their types. Now what is meant by silo? Silo is the farm structure and that particularly used to store and protect the animal fodder so that it preserved in an ideal condition for farm animals. Okay, and in this case animal fodder is cut and packed in a airtight silo and allow for partial fermentation to occur. Okay, now what is meant by silage? Silage is a grass or other green fodder compacted and stored in airtight conditions, typically in silo, and without first being dried and used as an animal feed in the winter. Okay, now there are different types of silos. So first one, that is tower silo. Okay, it is made up of brick, concrete, metal or tiles, and loading of silage is difficult in case of tower silo because it is also called as vertical silo. Okay, and mechanical elevator or large capacity blower is used for loading purpose. Okay, walls should be smooth and strong enough to avoid the cracking due to the lateral pressure of the fodder or kept in the silo, and structure should permit the free settling and packing of the silage without air pockets. Okay, and it can be constructed in a high water table area also, and cost of construction is high for the tower silo. This is the image of tower silo. Now let's see how the silage is prepared. First, this is the green crop which is ready for the preparation of silage, and that green crop is chopped into the small pieces with the help of the chopper. Then after that there is the manual filling and pressing of the fodder. This is the horizontal type of silo. Okay, and after that this silo is sealed from all the sides and it allow for the fermentation for 2 to 3 months about, and after that it is when it get ready for the feeding, then it is removed from the silage, and this is the silage sample, and here is the process of silage feeding. Now let's know about horizontal silos. Horizontal silos are a surface or below ground type and used on most of dairy farms as a temporary and permanent. Okay, and they are classified as a pit, trench and surface silos, and unlined below or above the trench silos are cheap, and these can be filled and unloaded easily. And in recent years permanent horizontal silo or horizontal trench or pit silos have been widely used on a large size farm in India, and this type of structure constructed in areas which have the deep water table. Okay, and what will happen, there is a high water table. If the water table is high, then bottom of the silos should be impervious, or there may be chances of spoilage of the silage. Okay, then losses of these silos ranges between the 20 to 30% during the unloading or loading, whatever, and then it can be reduced to 20% by covering the silage and seal out the silo. Now the next type of silo, that is pit silo. It is a circular deep well which is lined all along the sides and properly sealed so that water may not rise into the pit, and constructed in areas where the soil depth is deep and water table is low. Okay, and material used for this like bricks, stones, cement and lime, and a 22.5 centimeter thick wall is satisfactory for 15 meter depth of silo. Okay, and walls should be airtight, smooth and watertight, and silo is covered with simple roof to protect from rain and sunlight. Okay, and for taking out the silage, stairs may be built up, but this will cause air pockets. Okay, so it may be avoided. It's depend upon the needs. And a better way method of taking the silage is by means of rope and pulleys. Okay. Now feeding. In case of peat silo, generally the silage is fed by hand and moved into the silage push cart. Okay, and the size of the push cart should be such that in one trip half number of the animals in a double row barn may be supplied with silage. Okay, and cow is fed about 3 kg of silage per 100 kg of body weight per day. Okay, and a normal silage ratio is 14 to 18 kg per cow per day. Okay, and size and capacity. The correct diameter of the silage depends on the quantity silo. The correct diameter of the silo depends on the quantity of silage fed per day, and to avoid the spoilage, silage should be removed at the rate of 10 centimeter per day. Okay, and the diameter of the silo limited up to 6 meter, and its depth is 2 to 3 times of that of the diameter. Okay, now the next type of silo, that is trench silo. There are two types of trench silo, unlined silos and lined silos. In unlined silo, it reduces the investment on the construction materials like cement, bricks, sand, etc. But there is a more spoilage of the silage, and also it leads to the formation of caved walls due to the excessive rainfall. They also tends to become muddy at the bottom. Hence, lined silos are more popular. So, the walls of silos can be lined with bricks, concrete, or cement plaster, and trench silos should covered and watertight. Okay. Now, next point is that size and capacity. The size of the cross section depends upon the size of the herd, and the length is determined by the number of days and the silage is fed in year. Okay, and the excavated earth is used to build up the side walls with the 33% of slope. Okay, now let's see the examples over the peat silo. Okay, first example is that work out the economical diameter. It means to find the diameter and depth of the silo to store the sufficient quantity of silage for herd of 400 dairy cows. It means total number of cows are 400, having an average body weight of about 450 kg each. It means weight of the one cow, that is about 450 kg. Okay, and the cows are fed silage for 200 days throughout the year. Okay, and make the rational assumptions to calculate economical diameter and depth of the silo. Okay, now firstly we will make some assumption. So first assumption is that suppose 1 cubic meter of silage weighs 650 kg of total silage. Okay, suppose this is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter peat. Okay, and the total weight of the silage fit in this type of peat, that is about 650 kg. Okay, this is assumption. Now T, consider T, the thickness of the silage fed each day. Okay, and we already learn about this, the recommended thickness of the silage fed each day, that is considered as a 10 centimeter per day. Okay, for example, in case of peat silo, here to avoid the spoilage and silage, to avoid the spoilage, silage should be removed at the rate of 10 centimeter per day. So here the thickness of the silage fed each day, that will be 10 centimeter. Okay, and that is considered or denoted by the letter small t. Okay, now each cow is fed 3 kg of silage per 100 kg of body weight. This recommendation is also given here. The cow is fed about 3 kg of silage per 100 kg of her body weight. Okay, so this third assumption is assumed here. Now from this data we can calculate silage fed per cow. Okay, how? The total weight of one cow, that is 450 kg, average weight of one, that is 450 kg, into 3 by 100. Why? Because 3 kg of silage is required for 10 kg of body weight. Okay, so here into 3 by 100. So the total silage fed per cow, that is about 13.5 kg. Okay, now the total quantity of silage fed per day. Okay, total number of cows are here 400. So and this 13.5 kg, this quantity of silage for one cow, silage fed for one cow. So we know that total number of cows are 400. So 13.5 into 400 is equal to 5400 kg. That much quantity of silage is fed per day. Okay, now the total volume of silage fed per day. Okay, the total silage is required per day, that is 5400, and we assumed here in 1 cubic meter silage weighs about 650 kg. Okay, so the total volume, that will be 8.3 cubic meter. Okay, now the daily consumption to be 10 centimeter, right? So if the D is the diameter of the silo in meter, then the volume of the silage removed per day from a silo is equal to pi by 4 into D square into 0.1. Now here pi by 4 into D square into L. Okay, so that will be the formula for the calculation of the peat, volume of the peat. Okay, but we don't know the diameter, but we know the total length, means we are calculating per day, right? So that is 10 centimeter. Okay, and it is converted into meter, that is 0.1. Okay, so finally we get this equation. Then after that, allowing 15% for losses, the actual volume obtained. Okay, here we considered 15% of loss. Okay, so here we already calculated the volume of the silage fed per day, that is 8.3 cubic meter, and after adding the total percent of the losses of the silage, we get this answer, that is 9.55 cubic meter. Okay, now finally equating the above to the volume of silage removed per day, means by equating the both equations, this and actual volume, we get the final quantity for the D is equal to 11.0 meter. Okay, now since diameter is more than 6 meter, so considering 3 pits. Okay, so D square is equal to, here the maximum diameter of the pit silo should not be more than 6 meter. Okay, so it should be maximum diameter is up to the 6 meter. So but the answer is 11 meter, so it's more. So we can consider there are 3 pits. So this, for this equation, D square is equal to 121.8 meter square. Okay, we used as it is here, and divided by 3 is equal to 40.6 meter square. So we get the answer, final answer here, D is equal to 6.4 meter. Okay, so depth of silo is equal to 0.1 into 200 is equal to 20 meter. 3 pits of 6.8 meter in diameter, 6.4 meter in diameter, and 20 meter depth are required. Why here 200 depth is taken? Because we are the cows are fed the silage for 200 days, right? So 0.1, that is the thickness of the silage per day, right? So into 200, so that will be the total depth of the silo. Next example for the peat silo, Work out the major dimensions of the pit silo for a small herd of 50 cows weighing 400 kg each, and makes the rational assumptions. Okay, so first assumption is that each cow is fed 3 kg of silage per 100 kg of body weight. Then 1 cubic meter of silage weighs about 650 kg. Then T is the thickness of the silage fed each day, so is equal to 10 centimeter, and silage is to be fed only 150 days of the year. Okay, so the total quantity of silage required per day is equal to 50, because 50 into 400 divided into 3 divided by 100, because number of cows are 50. Okay, and 3 divided by here 100, because this is the assumption, because 3 kg of silage required per 100 kg of body weight. Okay, but the total weight of one cow, that is 400, so here into 400, so the total quantity of silage required per day, that will be 600 kg. Okay, now volume of the above silage. Okay, this is total quantity of silage divided by 650, because in 1 meter cube of any pit, it accommodates about 650 kg of silage. Okay, so here 1 cubic meter approximately, so the volume of the silage about 1 cubic meter. Okay, if the d is the diameter of the silo in meters, then the actual volume taken out of the silo per day may be pi by 4 d square into t is equal to, by putting all these values we get this equation, and by equating both equations finally we get this here. D means total diameter is equal to 3.56, and we know that total number of days we assumed here 150, so 150 into thickness of the silage per day 0.1, so total depth is equal of the silo will be 15 meter. Okay, now this session is completed here, so thank you for listening.